Hello, my friends. A few hours ago, the buzz on social media about Will and what happened and all that stuff. And you saw my coverage about it. I talked about emotional intelligence, but I also want to cover another point today. I want to cover the point of empathy and apology. It's one thing to have done something that set a lot of people off. It's another thing to know how to diffuse a situation. Now, the best place to have done that so that it reaches dozens of people, millions of people, would have, of course, been the same place where it all happened. So Will didn't seize the opportunity to do it yesterday, but today, up on his Instagram, he has a post, and that's what I want to focus on. It's never too late to say I was wrong. And it takes courage and grace and a lot of things to be able to do that. So I want to give a shout out to him for doing that. It's not easy to admit you're wrong, especially when the whole world is looking at you. It could be a little bit embarrassing, but he did well in putting out this statement. So incidentally, I follow Will on one of my Instagram instances, and this is the post. And my mentor follows him as well. John Maxwell follows him as well. So you could see that up there. So anyway, it reads, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job. But a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I was embarrassed, and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. He goes further to say here, let's go back. He goes further to say here, I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. Now, that is gracious of Will to do that. He put it up on Instagram. You're not able to comment, and it makes sense, not so as not to take away the value of what he did here. What I would recommend to anyone that finds themselves in such a situation, such as Will, is to look at how to use that stain, because he says stain, right? Use that stain for gain, right? It doesn't have to remain a stain, but it could be gain. How could it be gain? You could use that for the greater good of the world. You could use that as a greater good to bring together people who are able to elevate the importance of self-control when it comes to anger, when it comes to being in a situation such as that. How should it have been handled? Because I mean, Will has written books, he's done movies. Well, maybe some next level stuff could come out of this. It doesn't have to be a setback, because as the saying goes, every setback is a setup for an even greater comeback. So, Will, what is your comeback going to be? Are you going to let it end like this? No, you got to supersede it. So you got to do something even bigger, greater, better, take it to the next level. Yeah. If the likes of Paul, now I got to go a little bit on faith on this one, because there's a perfect example for those of you who know what's in the good book. A man called Paul, right? He was once called Saul, and he was a killer. He was a murderer. He killed the disciples. He killed God's people. That's what he did. But God used him. Think about that. Someone who is a killer of your people, you use that person? My goodness, what a comeback. So for something even greater than that, someone would have thought, no, there's no coming back from that. That guy's doomed. No, he wrote a huge portion of the New Testament. So if God could use something that seemed wretched, hopeless, and worthless, there's hope for the animal kingdom. There's hope, Will. So take what has happened, take that stain, and just use it for gain of other people. You know, I'm not talking about personal gain. I'm talking about gain for the human race. Because for someone who desires to be a person of love, sky's the limit. All right. So, my friends, I really wanted to emphasize this because I had shown one side of emotional intelligence that was lacking. Let's give kudos to whom kudos is due. This is worthy of commendation, coming out and saying, this is not good, I condemn it, so on and so forth. I know some people are still not going to be satisfied, and that's understandable. Hopefully, in the passage of time, you'll find it in your heart to understand we're all human, we all make crazy mistakes. And this is just an example of that. All right. You take care, my friends. Speak to you very soon. Bye for now.